Hello, this is Jonathan Broyles for the criminal justice class on the paper on for the interpersonal communication and conflict management. The last final part. Well, the case I'm going to cover is when I experienced at my internship with also County. This case was a assault case that happened in the county jail at the time, and the sergeant asked me to help him to solve the case. So at the time, it was 8 o'clock. He asked me to help him with this. I said yes, and he told me to have a list of notes of things I'm going to ask her. The suspect, the victim, and the witness. And then,
Can you give us a brief idea of who the suspect was, just so that we understand?
the suspect was an inmate in the female part of the jail. She was a young female. I think she was 21 years old. I don't remember her name was, but she was young. The witness was a elderly. Well, only interviewed one witness. There were 5 witnesses. We interviewed one of them, and she's a elderly. She was about in her 60s.
Okay.
And
Were they Caucasian, African American, or
all 3 of them were Caucasians,
Okay, all right, just so that we have a sense.
and all 3
Okay.
of them were females.
Okay.
What happened was the night on Monday night, because it happened we interviewed on Tuesday. Monday night, the girls were watching the movie, watching a song, and one of them were trying to sleep. There was a suspect, and the suspect was getting irritated. The victim tried to calm everybody down by offering to play cards. And then it went intense. They get fine, crack. The victim and the suspect. The suspect started the fight. Fight broke out. The correction officer stepped in. The victim was badly hurt. She got bruises. She got black eyes, bruise on her face, scratches.
Okay, so this is the exchange that happened between you and the officer and the one who is the suspect, the one who did the damage.
The suspect did that. During the interview, we let them. In the interview, she told us their side of the story and what happened, and the suspect give like a bunch of excuses, pretty much. And
How could you tell that they were excuses?
because her stories does not add up, because the victim and the witness, their story match, and they all say pointing at her saying that she started the fight. And also before that, because communication and conflict management, before we start interfering with her, we before all that started, we have our hidden camera, and record her hidden. And one of the biggest rules out there, again, females, is make sure you're not by yourself, that I wasn't there, and make sure you have a camera with you. So if the suspect or the woman says he touched me and inappropriately sexual assault me, then we can prove that she's lying to us. If we don't have that, it will be huge trouble. That is one on the conflict management that we try to avoid. When in an interview, we state their full name, their legal name, and the date of birth. And the first one we interviewed was the victim. She gave her side of the story. The last walk through like 5 to 10 minutes, and then we went to the witness. The witness told her side of the story. And at that time, we got the video footage. We got all the statements. So then we interviewed the suspect last. We told her her mountain rights. We told her that you can speak to her lawyer, all that. She wants to tell her side of the story. And
How did you make sure that the situation did not escalate? How did you keep it calm and in control?
We were professional. We were pretty biased. We didn't say something back. We asked her questions, and she just answered them the best she can. And we just act professional. And also there were 2 guys in there, and there's all that. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy.